I wonder sometimes how it would have gone down if you worked here.
Well, it's interesting. It would have been great, but then it would have stopped. So it would have been confusing. Well, I went away.
Oh, right.
Because don't forget, when I was talking to Barstool about working here, I was going to start. I probably would have been here for about, I guess, 9 months before I went away. So it would have been
enough to get cooking, and
like we would have in my opinion, we would have built this really amazing audience.
Yep.
And things would have been cooking by then, and then it would have been like, now what?
Right.
And
Portnoy had ideas of doing it, like, through the phone.
Yeah. He's not the only one.
Yeah.
I was asked a couple times, can you talk from the prison phone? I go, no, I
Right.
can't.
No.
But listen, Barstool, although it didn't work out, and I should say it wasn't Barstool's fault. There were other people that said no. Dave and Erika said yes.
Yeah, we were down.
And I was in. I thought it would have been great. And I really do think it would have been great. But there are a number of people came to me and said, can't you do a prison show? Yeah. And I'm like, no.
No, I cannot. I mean, especially
and by the way, I don't want to.
I'm just here to fucking keep my head down and get the hell out.
Yeah, but I do. There are times I look back and go, what would that have been like? And I even thought when I got out of prison, would it work now?
I for sure had visions of rekindling those conversations, but before I even knew it, fucking.
Well, it's funny. So I think you'd have to ask Erika and Dave this. My gut is that, listen, I don't know what's going on with you guys in Sirius, but I read the papers like anyone else. Yeah. But I think from a Barstool brand standpoint, I was in a position to help Barstool Radio 2 years ago.
Yep.
Much more than Barstool would need me to help them today.
Right.
Like back then, if you have me coming in when you're starting a radio division, and a guy that's been #1 in New York for 10 years,
no doubt,
I bring radio credibility to Barstool.
100%.
Fast forward 2 years, Barstool in that capacity doesn't need me.
Right, and even the radio,
and I'm well aware of that.
It's almost that we don't value like that radio credibility you speak of.
You don't need it.
Like, I don't think we're long for Sirius. It sounds like we're worlds apart. I'm never in on these negotiations,
Maybe
so I
not.
don't know. But from what I hear,
but I do think, and Dave's made this point many times, he just wants good, entertaining content.
Right.
So to me, there's no problem with that.
For sure.
So
that is not going to be the problem. I don't think ever for you, and I think that's what people know, no matter if it's New York or satellite, wherever. But I was just more like, do you think that the ratings was like, do you think they were just like, we know Craig's gonna bring a fucking ton of earballs, and that's what we need right now? Between having shaken up the morning show, between having your best bud retire 4 or 5 times, the station is in flux. Like if they were good, let's say Mike was better than ever, Mad Dog comes back, whatever, the ratings are set. Right. Do you think that they would have given you a second shot?
I think we would have had conversations, but I think if they were across the board killing it, I think I'd be doing mornings in Philly.
Interesting. That would have been plan
B. Or, knocking on Erika's door. Come on, Erika, return my emails.
How about that? How about, would you rather, what would plan B have been if it was come to like kind of a new age thing like Barstool, or stick with the
I want to be clear.
Format? What would you have done?
You guys didn't offer me anything
I know,
when I got out.
Say, if
the fan didn't happen, I would have probably said Barstool/Philly. Now, Philly made me an offer. It was a great offer. So I had that in my back pocket. But, I don't want to live in Philly. Yeah. Now, would I have? If I had to, of course. You still got to support your family.
I feel like if I were you, I'd rather do something different, because there's such a clear, like, Philly is a step down from WFAN in New York, that it's almost like, but if you go to Barstool, it's something different. They're not as directly comparable, so it just wouldn't feel as much of a step down.
No, it wouldn't have been viewed that way either, and I wouldn't have viewed it that way.
Yeah.
Philly, only because it's a different market and all the fun I've made of Philly over the years. Yeah. But, I mean, Philly made me great offer. I did Philly from 93 to 97.
Right.
I was at WIP, and then I started moving around, but listen, it was a good offer.
Yeah. And,
at the end of the day, when what I got in front of me?
Yeah.
I got, would it be nice to work there? Yeah, it'd be great.
Right.
Then on the other side, I got an offer in my hand, so I wasn't going to be stupid about it. But I know Kirk doesn't like me. So
does he not?
No, he hates my guts.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
I don't think I've ever had that conversation
he hates my guts with a passion of 1,000 suns.
Over what?
I don't know. Yeah.
I don't think I've ever had.
You could ask him.
Yeah, but no, but I'm saying even in the conversations I have had with him, I don't think he's ever said like.
Oh, you could feel free to ask him. Yeah, he hates my guts.
Huh.
That's that stupid radio crap.
Well, he hates Entercom.
Well,
with a fiery passion.
Fair enough.
So, anything associated with them right now is, he hates too. But interesting. I will talk. I will ask him about that. We got to get you two in a room.
I'm happy to.
Yeah, I think he would too. I think he'd have a good conversation with you. So
I'm a likable guy.
Oh yeah,
I get along with everybody.
No, but you really kind of do. I mean, yes, you're polarizing in the sense. I'm sure there are people that hate you, but I feel like you are the life of the party, the center of the fucking conversation.
Listen, it's not. We're not doing brain surgery here, man.
Yeah. I don't know. I go back and forth.
But a lot of people don't know. Here's the reality: it's not brain surgery. It never was.
Right.
But the far majority of people can't do it.
Right.
And certainly can't do it well.
Right. So
it's like I said when I got out. There's a lot of people in radio that are pissed I got the opportunity. And what I said was, look, I was gone for 3 years. The fact that you didn't get any better in those 3 years,
fault, bud.
that ain't my fault.
Right.
Deal with it. Look in the mirror and figure out what you did wrong. Mm-hmm. I can't help it. And by the way, let's hope, knock on wood, I get ratings with Evan on the fan, and the audience accepts me back.
So how does that feel? What is it? Carton and Roberts and Carton.
Yeah,
is there a power struggle?
There is no power struggle. Yeah. No, Evan's great.
Yeah.
Evan, the best thing about Evan is that, he's a radio guy.
Yeah.
So I didn't have to teach him how to do radio.
Sure.
There was no uptake. He knows how to do radio.
Yeah.
He's been accepted by the New York audience. He's been here for 14 years.
Been doing it since he was like 4.
Right. I mean, he knows more sports. Like, I thought I was a sports fan.
No.
It's not even like.
No, come on.
It's not even close.
Yeah.
And so far so good. But at the end of the day,
was that
ratings determines everything.
Was that decided by? Did they come to you and Evan and say we have this idea for both of you? Is that an Evan idea? Is that your idea?
No.
Like was it orchestrated or was it?
Well,
natural,
once they agreed that they wanted to bring me back, then the question was who makes the best partner, and we took a look at who's in the building, and to me it was easy. It was always Evan.
Why not solo? Was that just not an option?
No, it's too much time. My voice sucks as it is, and too much of me is not a good thing. And I need somebody to play off, to take a breath.
Yeah, but
I don't like solo shows. I don't listen to them, and I don't think they're any good.
Interesting. I feel like I thought you would be a solo guy.
No, I hate it. Like, as much as I think I'm good at what I do, I'm not so egotistical to think I could do it alone.
Is that
I'll be
is
clear,
this a
I
Francesa
can't.
thing? Is this fuck Mike and how he
I don't
does
like
it?
Mike. I never have. I never will.
Yeah.
But the fact that he did it alone, especially in his 60s, I marvel at that. I can tell you now, I could not do that. And I have no interest in doing it.
I do not agree with that.
I don't. I didn't like, I dicked around with, once when I first, got in trouble and left the fan, well, I'll do a podcast. I hated it. And
you were
a
solo?
lot of people downloaded, so it was successful.
What'd you hate about it?
I didn't,
the solo aspect or
I didn't like
you needed to
the
be
solo
live, the
aspect,
calls,
and I hated the fact that I was talking to a wall. Like, I need an audience. I need someone to react.
Well, I mean, you're talking to one person. It makes that big of a difference.
But I know if what I'm saying is entertaining, if it's funny, I get I get a reaction.
Yeah.
Like, I need a reaction.
Right.
That's why I never liked doing it. I've been nationally syndicated years ago, and I hated it. Like, I need to be in a local market, a local community, get a reaction to what I do. I need that. I hate, like, if it was just me in here. But the
reaction is really...
It would suck.
The reaction is just the people in the room immediately. So you're talking about you just need a producer and a co-host and someone...
Yeah, and then obviously callers should call in, but...
Yeah. I mean, I find it like... We've dabbled in some live shows on stage, and I feel like I get nervous, like I'm like sweating being on stage, having the
So you don't like the audience?
No,
right?
I like... knowing, no, I don't like the audience. I like doing it and knowing that, on the other side of this, there's 100,000 people listening.
Right. Well, that's the thing. A lot of people forget. You lose sight that there's an audience when you're sitting here.
And you
go on stage. That's why stand-up comics, that's the hardest thing to do. Because
incredible.
People took money out of their pocket for you to make them laugh.
Yes.
And if you don't make them laugh,
and that's especially with what we do, in when you have a stand-up routine, it's joke, laugh, laugh. Whereas, some of my best shows is more just compelling discussion. But that doesn't mean you're laughing out loud every 2 minutes.
Right.
So I have an audience sitting there. We do it on the fly, so it's not, scripted. Right. And I'm like, there's 400, 500 people here who want to laugh, and I don't have a joke prepared. I don't have a punchline ready. I hope that this conversation I'm about to have with my buddy goes in a funny direction, but I don't know.
And then the other problem is that
and then I'm fucking nervous.
You start broadcasting to the room.
Right.
And then you forget the audience.
Yes.
Which is like when you guys do your live shows at the Super Bowl, it's all rowdy and great, but the 300, 400 people there, you better entertain the people that are downloading.
That's the bigger,
Sure.
So that's
That's
fucks
why I
me
hate
all up.
remotes.
But I like knowing that there is an audience, but at the end of the day, I still am like kind of nervous and insecure about things as much as I do this and like let it rip. If I had a couple people in this room who I wasn't like down with watching and listening, I would definitely be more skittish and